Good morning, everybody. The crisis in Syria has been devastating for the population, the country, and cultural heritage. An ICOMOS working group started monitoring the situation from the beginning and was later on unanimously empowered by our General Assembly and tasked with the safeguarding of the cultural heritage in Syria and Iraq in cooperation with UNESCO and other international and national partners to coordinate the activities of ICOMOS related to fostering cooperation and exchanges, monitoring, awareness raising, communication, training, assisting, and planning. As ICOMOS is an international professional organization, we are quite sensitive to the essential role played by local professionals on the ground in time of great danger and seek to provide them with assistance, training, and moral support. The ICOMOS group provided together with ICROM risk preparedness internet sessions in Syria, followed by 170 persons in 2013. Other sessions and workshops followed later with UNESCO European funded program in Beirut. Two joint projects are presently in their early stages, Anka and Amal. The first one aims at providing capacity building and equipment to undertake 3D laser surveys in Syria and archive them, in association with SciArc and Yale Institute for the Preservation of Cultural Property. Stefan. This is how gradually developed a fruitful working relationship with the Syrian Directorate General of Antiquities and Museums, or DGAM, and particularly with its Director General, Professor Maamoun Abdulkarim. Last month, he even attended a seminar at our headquarters in Paris about reconstruction. Dr. Abdulkarim began as an assistant professor at the University of Damascus in 2000 and became in 2009 the head of its Department of Archaeology. One would have then every reason to believe that he was going to continue his career as a most distinguished university scholar. Destiny had other plans when it knocked at his door in 2012. The country was in turmoil, and one of his university colleagues had been nominated as Minister of Culture. The DGAM needed a consensual personality, a good captain to try to save it from wreckage, and she insistently asked for his help. Professor Abdulkarim was quite reluctant, but finally ended up by accepting. He proved to be not only a scholar, but also a man of action. He is, moreover, creative and sensible, a wise man full of energy and optimism. He is a man of vision too. He once stated The cultural heritage belongs to all Syrians, irrespective of their views and political orientations. Thanks to that vision, the performance of the DGAM has been professional, scientific, and effective. Its staff members have remained rather united wherever they were located. Maamoun Abdulkarim proved to be sensitive and brave, a man of heart. The personality, he personally cares for all members of his staff. He does his best to provide them with accommodation if they become homeless, and even with security if needed. We were once quietly chatting along the banks of the Seine when, to my great surprise, he suddenly burst into tears when he recalled how Daesh ISIS fighters beheaded one of the DGAM guards in front of his family just because he has been observing a looting he couldn't prevent. Nobody should envy Maamoun Abdulkarim for the challenges he has to face, and yet he is the right man in the right place at the right moment. He is definitely a monuments man. Syria and the international scientific community should be grateful for his ability to mobilize around him other monuments men, monuments women, and monuments team at home and abroad. Thank you.
Dr. Maamoun Abdulkarim from the Department of Antiquities in Syria in his address to the United Nations Global Colloquium. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To invite me and for his work also and his colleague to organize this excellent conference. And what I want today, I will be sharing with you a brief introduction of what happened to our cultural heritage and what we have done in DGAM in Syria during the saddening crisis. Of course, what you know, Syria is very rich by his heritage, and we have more 10,000 sites and 34 museums. A lot of these sites became now in very in difficulties. Vast region extending along Syria are now classified as distressed cultural areas. Of course, the damage in general through these 5 years is very different. It's clashes, ideological, illicit exclusion. What we wanted through this crisis, through 5 years ago, to be in Syria, to refuse to leave our job, because finally our job is scientific. We are archaeologists, not political men. We are 2,500 persons through all Syria, in area under control of the government and also under control of the oppositions. We worked together because finally it is our common heritage, common history, common memory of all the Syrian people, but not also for all the Syrian, for the humanity. It's for this we have common responsibility inside of the Syria and also outside of the Syria. It's for these reasons we tried to save the collections of the museum. We closed it on the museum in last summer 2012. We saved more 300,000 objects presented, about 99% of the collection of the museum now under control in safe places. We tried also through the local community, through our colleagues, to reduce the damage on the cultural heritage in Syria. This image show you what happened in Sudan, Syria, in some sites by illicit excavation. Because illicit excavation existed before the crisis. But through the crisis of the Syria, now all the persons saved are working through the night and days also by 100 persons. Before it was presented by small groups for quickly and through the night. You know how many this picture is significant about the illicit excavation operations in Syria. Another site presented by illicit excavation is Mari. This image of the satellite published by our colleagues, archaeologists working in Boston University, show you how many damage we have in Mari. Is one of the very famous sites in Syria, and now it's under control of the Daesh. And also we have another site like Dura Repos and Apami. It's Apami. Apami dated from the Hellenistic Roman Byzantine period. More thousands illicit excavation do it in this area. It's a disaster situation as site now because hundreds saved do it the excavation so many times, especially 2013, 2014. Dura Repos, it's like we have the same situation in Dura Repos in the valley of Frat. It's also this comparison between two images show you how many damage we have in this site. It's not just Dura Repos and Mari and Apami and Dura Repos Mari, but we have a lot of the sites like this. It is Tel Ash'ari in Sudan, Syria. In general, I can give you the confirmation. Through 10,000 sites Syria, we have more 300 sites in Syria damaged by different kinds of the damage, clashes, illicit excavation, and ideological reason. For second kind of the damage, it's clashes. So these clashes, unfortunately, a lot of the sites, like Aleppo, transform it as a battlefield. Aleppo, through our assessment, we have more 140 historical buildings damaged through this crisis, and also we have more 1,000 market in ancient souk burned by clashes through this crisis. It's tragedy as situation in Aleppo. We can compare between Aleppo and Varsovie in 1945. It is image of Mosque of Umayyad of Aleppo and clashes in Crac de Chevalier. What we have, some image coming from Aleppo in January 2016. It's souk and this area, this area of the mosque. How many damage we have in Aleppo through this image. It is around of the citadel of Aleppo, like image. It's a very recent image. And the third damage, kind of damage, it is ideological, presented by Daesh, ISIS group. Like here, they destroyed Temple of Baal, Temple of Baal Shamin. They killed Khalid Asad by barbaric method. They attacked a triumphal arc, and a lot of damage happened in Palmyra. We do it a lot of the work about assessment, and we publish it interactive map in English and Arabic. We have about 750 sites and historical buildings damaged through this crisis, because we have 300 sites and also 450 more this number damaged in all the Syria. So this map, you can have all the information. It's published on our electronic site, DGAM. And also we do it a lot of the work about GIS, about documenting, and we photography of the object transported to Damascus, and we worked with the local authorities because more than 6,500 archaeological artifacts were restored in cooperation with the police. And we do it a lot of the work with local community, anti-illicit excavation, and to reduce the damage on the sites in all the Syria under control of the government and also under control of the opposition. Because if the government not here, we ask the elite from the local community to do the rule of the mediation between us and another, how we can neutralize the sites from the clashes. And also, what you see, we have a lot of person. We lost 15 persons through this crisis, and we do it very gigantic cooperation to transport the object from the under control ISIS area, because it is surrounded by Daesh. We transported more 25,000 objects to Damascus. We documented all things, and from Aleppo 24,000, from Homs, from Hama, from a lot of the sites. We saved the majority of the object, and we do it a lot of the after transporting of the object to Damascus. We do it all the scientific measure to pack about the packing, etc. Because we need also to protect after transporting to save anti-humidity, anti-fire, anti-explosion, etc. And we do it a lot of the pictures, more to 150,000 new pictures. Do it through this crisis. We do it, and we do it a lot of the restoration in 2015. And it is a Crack Chevalier project. First one is finished. In 2015 also we started the restoration of this mosque in Homs. Now our project continue, and we restored all the National Museum of Folkloric of Homs. It is damaged through the crisis in 2015. We finished the restoration of this project in Maloula also, and as another sites. And if in general, Syria is like an open-air museum. There are one record, more than 10,000 archaeological sites, 34 museums with 2,500 employees choose to stay in Syria and to defend for their cultural heritage, because it is a battle for all the Syrians to defend their identity and their memory that brought them together regardless of their political difference. We would like also to express our sincere gratitude to all those who have supported us in our missions of defending our heritage through providing help, expertise, and also assistance, a lot of work, do it for this work. Finally, we would like to assure that we are not going to lose their battle, because targeting our existence, history, and civilization. In addition, we will spare no effort and will go to great lengths to protect and rescue our cultural heritage, which constitutes an valuable component of the human heritage. I can give you just one sentence, and finally, we have common heritage, but also we have common responsibility. What I need from you, how you can help us through this cultural battle. Thank you very much.